Hello everyone and welcome back to another Minecraft update video. It's Snapshot 20w29a and this one's got a really small change list and a small bug fix list as well. So we're going to absolutely breeze through this one as quick as we can, and you know what I think this means? We're probably getting close to the release of 1.16.2. Now you may notice the game looks a little different than normal. That's because we're using the fabulous graphics settings and a resource pack that enables shaders. This resource pack was tweeted out by Felix, one of the Minecraft developers. If you want to grab this for yourself, I'll put a link to the tweet in the description box below. And so in this snapshot there were bug fixes related to the depth buffer, and that's enabled this fancy shader pack to look as fancy as it does. There is some screen space ambient occlusion going on, blurry water and clouds, and another bunch of technical features I don't really know what I'm talking about. Anyway, you can find out all about that if you're interested in the shaders in Felix's tweet. And on the topic of tweets from developers, we had one from Bartek Bok, and I'm actually not surprised to see what they tweeted actually isn't in this snapshot. So we are definitely going a little bit off track, but I wanted to share this with you. Again, one of the developers of the game tweeting out what if. You can see the furnace minecart here has wheels on it. Unfortunately though, despite tweeted before the snapshot came out, it's not a part of the snapshot it seems. And there is some speculation that this might have something to do with customizing entity models through resource packs. Just think about what that means right there. It doesn't appear to be a thing in this snapshot though. I've checked the files, doesn't appear to be anything new around that. So I mentioned it was a small snapshot. Here's one of the changes. That's not a big deal. The tools in the creative inventory are now sorted by what material they are made out of. So you can see they're all grouped together based on material type. Next up, a small feature added to two commands, one of them being set weld spawn. It's this bit right here. You can now set the angle at which the player will face when they respawn. Let's go ahead, set the weld spawn right here, and then when I respawn, I'll be facing the angle that we specified in that command block. If we go over to this one, you can see it's been added for spawn point as well. So now I'm going to set my spawn point to this, kill myself, and you'll see that the rotation, the angle we're facing once again is included. Just to drill the point home, let's go and change that slightly, and then do that again. And this time we are facing this direction. In last week's snapshot, the game was opened up to having its biomes and world generation customized. Something has been now added to that, and that is noise settings. I'm not entirely sure what this is, but my guess would be it helps with the randomized positions of various things in the world, like nether fossils, jungle pyramids, basically structures. As you can see, they've all got this different number for salts and some parameters for spacing and separation, and it allows you to do it for the nether, the end dimension, and the different world generation types like amplified as well. Okay, on to the bug fixes. In the last snapshot we saw the Totem of Undying get buffed, and many of you pointed out that it gave you fire resistance level 2, which doesn't make a lot of sense because fire resistance can't do any more than it does at level 1. So now you can see it's going to give you fire resistance level 1. Feels like every so often something related to this bug crops up again. Should mobs be suffocated by blocks that are technically not a whole block? We got soul sand over here. According to the bug tracker, they weren't actually getting damaged, and now they will be in this snapshot. This is just one of those things that seems to appear and reappear over the years, and it was in this update and a couple of the previous ones, so now they are going to take damage. This next bug is related to a pillager and a vindicator that's been pacified in survival. We're in an older version of the game, and for some reason it doesn't seem to work with the pillager for me, but you can see the vindicator is holding its fist up despite not having a weapon. So here we are in 20w29a. It now puts up both of its arms? Is that actually a proper bug fix? Or is that a new bug altogether? Let's see if it affects the pillager as well. It's supposed to affect the pillager, but you can see this guy's just happy to hang out. There are also bug fixes related to minecarts and to boats, and the ability for players in spectator mode to actually interact and nudge their positions, which they shouldn't be able to do, and in this snapshot you can see that's been fixed. This looks so very cool, right? I kind of forgot this was a thing. You can put the enchantment glint onto transparent blocks, and with fabulous graphics settings that would have actually stopped the enchantment glint from appearing. So in this update, you can now put your glint on your transparent items. Now this bug fix only affects the last snapshot. However, it amused me greatly. Birch trees are not generated correctly in the birch forest and birch forest hills biome. Let's take a look at what they've done. They've just generated in a grid. I find that rather humorous. Yeah, not good, but fixed in this one. Let's now go over a couple of things I missed from the previous snapshots. For example, mushroom grow block is now a tag list that's been added for blocks that mushrooms can grow on. Of course, if you want to customize this, you can add them to the list, but those are the ones they'll be able to grow on. And I almost forgot, there are two additional tag lists added, Base Stone Nether and Base Stone Overworld. These are related to biome generation, so they are a list of blocks that other features can replace in the world. So Netherrack, Basalt and Blackstone are all considered to be replaceable with other features, and in the overworld those blocks are stone, granite, diorite and andesite. As you are probably aware, you can use gold to distract a adult piglin, even if it's angry at you. And there was actually a bug where they would be distracted by ingots that they couldn't actually reach. So you could put one up here, for example, and then the piglins would go after it. Now, that bug was supposed to have been fixed, but as you can see in this snapshot, it's still there. So you can kind of exploit this and use it for your own advantage. And so as we go to end this video in the end, I've got one more thing to say, and that is that with this being such a small update, if the next ones are even smaller, I'll probably be covering them on my second channel. That is a good reason to go over there and subscribe so you can keep up to date. Make sure you subscribe to this channel as well as we cover the bigger snapshots over here. And leave a like if you enjoyed the video. As always, thank you for your support and I'll see you soon with another one. Bye bye.